Hey, it's Jen. This is going to be a general reading for all of the signs starting around the weekend beginning the 16th of August time. You can find your particular sun sign in the timestamps either in the comments or in the description. And I would also suggest hopping to your moon and rising sign because this is a general reading. So they'll all be timestamped. It's very easy to do that. If you would like to follow me on Instagram, you can find me at Not So Mystical Tarot or notsomysticaltarot.com if you look a personal and private reading. All right, let's get started with our Aries. What do we have heading into the weekend? Oh, here we go. We've got the Knight of Cups for you. Okay, and the Sun. All right, that's pretty exciting. Sometimes I see the Knight of Cups and I think, oh, is there drama on the way? Because this is, Knights are bringers of energy, and this is a lot of energy kind of coming at you. But when you couple this with the Sun is a brand new day, brand new opportunities, almost like a rebirth, an awakening. So it looks like this weekend you have a chance and you have a choice to remain open to the new possibilities that are coming and a chance to experience those possibilities. However, like I said, you have to make the choice to be open. Otherwise, you will just miss these things as they come toward you. So even though it might be a little bit scary to feel that you've opened yourself up for new experiences, because we're all kind of like that, you know what? It probably will really benefit you in the long run. Now, how do you open yourself up? This is the question. Well, first card that comes up here is the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is about balance. Right here you see the balance of the scales, you see the yin and the yang kind of personalities here, and on a lot of the other decks, this deck especially, you will see this person that has abundance kind of giving back to other people. So that might be the way that you open yourself up this weekend, is to find a way to give back to other people. Not necessarily, I see the pentacles here, not necessarily like writing them a check, but more finding a way to be open to other people, because you might be quite surprised that when you give to them, you end up receiving back a lot more than you gave. And when you do that without expectation, a lot of times you end up kind of, beyond measure, really surprised at what comes back toward you. Now, you also have the Seven of Pentacles, and like I said, I think you're going to have a lot of opportunities this weekend. The Seven of Pentacles is about being really choosy. So when the opportunities do present themselves, because I feel that you're quite appealing this weekend, when those opportunities present themselves, just remember that it's up to you to choose which one is right for you. Not every opportunity that comes our way is right for us. So make a choice as to what really feels right for you, because you're open emotionally, right? So it'll be easier for you to determine exactly what it is that is for you this weekend. Okay, all right. Headed to Taurus. What's up for our Taurus watchers? Taurus. Two of Pentacles, Taurus. You are the Pentacles, so let's keep that in mind. And the Six of Cups. Looks a little bit like we're having a bit of a rebalancing. I don't want to say a brand new beginning, because it's not quite a new beginning. It looks like you may have had a little bit of a wobble here, and you're like, okay, this was a little bit out of my comfort zone. Let me readjust. You are an Earth sign, the Pentacles, and really your comfort zone is important to you. You're willing to step out of it, but it doesn't mean that you want to hang out there all the time. So I feel like you've actually done that maybe you have stepped away from your comfort zone just a little bit. And now you're like, okay, I've learned a few things and that's cool, but I need some time to me and some time to kind of just rebalance my environment, and that's perfectly okay. You also have the Six of Cups here, and especially heading into the weekend, the Six of Cups is about having like childlike fun. Like even something like that sounds quote unquote silly, like let's say you always loved to color as a kid, maybe you should color this weekend. It's kind of saying like, yes, I get your grown-up side that you have to rebalance and do very important things and keep everything in order, but please go and do something this weekend that's fun. Go play outside with your kids, go to an amusement park with your family if that's something you like to do. Some things that like just are solely and purely just for fun. Like cleaning out your garage, not so much for fun. You see what I'm saying? Like, and if you do have to do that stuff, balance it out with something fun. Make sure that you spend some time this weekend just kind of feeding your like childlike part of you. You know what I mean? Now, The other card that's coming up here is the Seven of Cups, and that says, yeah, a lot of input here. A lot of input here, and you see like you got the rough seas and kind of the, let me slide this over, kind of the calm seas over here, and that's kind of where you're rebalancing, like I said before. But you have this Seven of Cups, and that's a lot of different input, a lot of emotional input, a lot of stuff. It is important in your rebalancing, and I think this is why you are rebalancing a little bit, to sort out all of this stuff. Sometimes it can be just a little bit overwhelming, and that could have been what wobbled you to begin with. But again, remembering what's fun and what's just brings you like just that childlike sense of joy may really help you rebalance yourself this weekend. So anything that doesn't pertain to that, just kind of put it on the back burner for now. Don't let yourself get overwhelmed, and don't forget to just have a little bit of fun. Other card coming up here is the King of Wands, and the King of Wands is charismatic. He's successful. He's the kind of person, he walks into a room and everybody turns and everybody wants to talk to him, be around him, be near him. And you know what? I think this kind of goes here with the whole lighten up a little bit perspective. I think that sometimes we're so focused on doing and being and handling and managing that we just forget to have fun. And sometimes when you just have a whole bunch of fun, you become a little bit magnetic like that. You get to experience a little bit of that magnetism and that fire, following your passion, just really living according to what you really want, and that kind of shows through who you are. So it makes you very, very appealing, honestly. Not that this is a love reading, but you just never know. All right, we'll move on to our Geminis. Moving on to Gemini. We got the Queen of Cups coming up, Gemini, and the Seven of Wands. This Queen of Cups, when she comes up in this deck, I say this very often, the Queen of Cups, so incredibly nurturing, so loving, so there for everyone. But I want to point out, if you look at her face, to me, she looks really, really tired. So when I see the Queen of Cups in this deck, what I see most often is just someone in desperate need of self-care. And I want to say that you got this kind of recently as well, that you've just been busy meeting others' expectations and their needs, and not that was something that you shouldn't have been doing, but it's now come to a point where you need to take care of you. This is a weekend about self-care. So if you choose, I feel like I can't breathe. Isn't it weird how that happens? I feel like, like you're carrying the weight of the world, and I think it's time to take a giant step back. This may be a weekend where you don't need to go out, you don't need to make a lot of plans. You maybe go get, a manicure or a pedicure, or stay home and watch a movie with one of your girlfriends, stay home alone, whatever the case might be. The other thing I'm seeing here with the Seven of Wands is I think you've been doing a lot of work on yourself, and you've been working hard in general. And when you do that, it kind of puts you up here, on this kind of a high vibration. And when that happens, you get these people down here. I mean, I always call these kind of like the gutter people. See how far down this hill they must be to be stabbing up with the stick. You can't even see them. So you have the choice of running down the hill, stepping down from your high vibration, and fighting with these people, trying to bring them over to your way of thinking, trying to explain to them why you do what you do, why you're working so hard. And really, is there a point to that? Why would you ever come up off of your high vibration, go down into the gutter and argue with people who don't want to change their mind? I probably should take my own advice. Anyway, notice he's got this wand. Wands are action, but you don't see him running down the hill. You see him saying, no thank you, and that's the thing with this weekend as well. Don't get caught up in other people's stuff. This is really a weekend about you taking care of you. Now, one of the first cards that came up here was the Nine of Pentacles, and that does tell me you've been working super hard, and you're seeing a lot of results from your hard work, which is awesome. But just because you're seeing results and seeing success doesn't mean that you don't also need that time to self-repair. You don't need that time to take good care of yourself. And I just think, as successful as you are and the momentum you have is great, and I love all of it, it's still time to just really look inward and say, what do I need? You may be outwardly very successful, but you've got to nurture your own self too, because if you don't, there'll be nothing left, Now, the other card coming up here is the Wheel of Fortune, and I love it with the Seven of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune is about choices. I still feel like I can't breathe. This is like, oh my gosh, I don't know who is giving you such a hard time, or where you're feeling, they may not even be outwardly giving you a hard time, but you're somewhere feeling very, I want to say like attacked, or like put down. I don't know, just, there's people just, wow, she's just a huge pain in the ass. But this Wheel of Fortune says, the wheel turns in your favor and good things start to happen to you. But remember, the universe does not just barf up good luck on random people. Your good luck comes as a result of your choices, and your choice not to run down this hill and argue with people provides you with that good luck of that you stay up on your high vibration and good things keep happening to you. If you make bad choices, bad things happen. Like you run down the hill, you start arguing with people, you waste your time, you waste your weekend, you waste all this momentum you had fighting with people who don't matter. It's the same, it's sort of the same kind of thing all throughout this. Make good choices, good things happen. Choose to do things that are not productive, and you end up not productive. You see what I'm saying? So this weekend, I really think it's super important to take some time for yourself and nurture who you are in here, okay? Because your outward success is definitely showing. So we'll move on to our Cancers. What do we have for Cancer? Cancer heading into the weekend. Page of Wands and the Moon. You have a message coming in. Pages are always message bringers. The message coming in is it's time to take a little bit of action. This is not something that you were unaware of. This is a decision or something that you've known about for a while. And the thing is here with the moon is saying that things are not always as they seem, and I feel like that's why you haven't made the decision, because you're hesitant, because you're thinking something just doesn't seem right. Something does not feel quite right. But it has come to a point now where you must take action. If it doesn't feel right, then you need to address that, because the moon has that sort of veil of softness, and where it looks a little too good to be true. It just might be, but you have come to the point where you need to make a decision. You need to address that and say, listen, I don't really buy this line you're feeding me, instead of just kind of ignoring it. And I'll tell you why I'm sure you need to address it, because coming up here, you have the Page of Wands again. So if you weren't sure if you wanted to address it, and I'm pretty sure you really aren't interested in addressing it, it doesn't matter. You've really just got to make the choice this weekend. If something seems like it's too good to be true, it probably is. But once you voice it, it can be an opportunity for you to make a real change. Other card coming up is the Six of Wands, which is victory. So you know what? You may be able, I feel like you can salvage the good out of this opportunity. Like sometimes opportunities, even though they are not what they seem, sometimes there is a good part of it. And I feel like you'll be able to salvage the good part, and you'll be able to see the part that's a little bit not so great, and you kind of be able to push that to the side and take the parts that are good. So funny with this, it turns out in your favor no matter what, which I really, really like. So anyway, we'll move on to Leo. What do we have for our Leos? Two of Swords, Leo. You're ignoring something. And Judgment. Okay. This is kind of funny. This Two of Swords always cracks me up, but I like her because she's like, yeah, I don't really see you, so you're definitely not there, and I'm just going to continue watching Forensic Files. You know what I mean? Like, she's just doing her own thing, and she's like, yeah, sure, don't see you. Well, it's come to the point now. Judgment is one of those things where, like, you've done all you can do. It doesn't matter now whether you choose to acknowledge the finality of whatever this event is. It doesn't matter. It's happening with or without your acknowledgement, and that's what seems to be going on. So you can choose to ignore something that's happening, or you can choose to just, take the blindfold off, see it, and go, this wasn't my favorite outcome, or, I thought I could make things be different, but you can't. And so you know what? Embracing the judgment is probably better than ignoring it, card you have coming up here is the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is kind of the ultimate judge, right? He's like black and white, like this is right, this is wrong, I don't like this and I'm not going to do this, or I like this and I'm going to do it. But there's no hemming and hawing and there's no ignoring. And so, like I said, you're kind of forced out into the open of like, hey, listen, you know, this judgment has come to pass. You can ignore it if you want, but it's really stupid because it's already done. And the other card you have coming up, which is kind of beautiful, is this Ace of Swords. And aces are opportunities from the universe. And you've got the swords here, right? So it's almost like, you know what? Now that this has come to pass, you have the opportunity to have a new idea, have a new way of thinking, have a new way of being. It's almost like you didn't want to accept what was going on. And so you were just kind of stuck in a rut. But now that whatever this is has done and over with and kind of like been decided for you, perhaps, you now have that Ace of Swords. And that ace, like I said, is an opportunity to think differently, to do things differently, to get different. So it's kind of a blessing in disguise, right? All right, we'll head to Virgo. What is up for our Virgo nation? What do we have going on here? The Page of Pentacles. Well, Virgo, you are the Pentacles, so that is not a big surprise. And Death. All right, Page of Pentacles, pages bring messages. So this is a message not only career, money, finance, environment, but this is also a message specific to the earth signs because you have these pentacles here. Something in your practical environment needs to go. Whatever it is, you're hanging on to something. And you know what? This is just a time that says, okay, you know, we acknowledge that this is important to you. We acknowledge that you aren't ready to let go of it. But you know what? We're going to help you. So it's really a choice. You know, this is just a message being brought. It's not a directive being handed down. It's a choice. You can choose to let this go, and in that moment have the ability to begin something new and to focus in a new direction, or you can just kind of hang on to this and death will just wait until you're ready. So let's get some more information for my Virgos. What are you hanging on to? Something in your practical life is just, you know, you're just hanging on. Okay, well, you've got the Judgment card coming up here. So I don't know what it is you're hanging on to, but what I can tell you is you've done all you can in this situation. There is nothing else you can do. The Judgment card is kind of like the decision is final. It's over and done. Like you've put all your effort in. You've made all the overtures and all of the concessions that one can make, and now it's sort of like let the cards fall where they may, let the chips fall where they may, you know, all that kind of trite sort of thing, but it's true. Like it's all done and over with. So when you choose to acknowledge that the judgment has come and gone, that will be when death will come and kind of set you free from this. I don't know, like I said, what it is you're hanging on to. Well, this is kind of, yeah, you've got this Five of Wands, which is like time-wasting behavior, conflicts that don't matter, you know, just like drama, like family drama, lifetime drama. There's something, and the thing is, it's been decided, it's over and done. Like you can talk about it, you can dig it up, you can worry about it, but it's already been decided. And I definitely see it as a disappointment because you have that Three of Swords coming up with it. So there is some disappointment attached to it. Like I said, when you are willing to let it out of your grasp, realize that judgment has come and gone, that it's a complete waste of time for you to hang on to this and worry about it, and that disappointment, while palpable, is able to be cleared away by that Death card, you'll be free. So it's really up to you, Virgo, totally up to you. And I think this is the weekend. Maybe it's a quiet weekend for you. This is the weekend that you say goodbye to that, okay? All right, Libra. What's for the Libras? Let's lighten this up a little maybe, right? The Fool. Aha, awesome. And a Five of Pentacles. Okay, so it's time. It's time to take that leap. It's time to take that step. I think that you have a personal like passion project that's ready to go, and you have to make a choice. This weekend maybe was not a weekend you were planning on attending to this sort of thing, but you know what? It's like, this is it. I feel like it's a do or die. Step out of your comfort zone or don't, but that's it. You've got this Five of Pentacles, and I think if you don't take the action of stepping out into this new way of being, this new thing that you want to do, you will just feel like, oh my God, nobody understands me, nobody gets me. Well, you know what? Your tribe is like waiting on the other side of this, and that's what I think is going on. It's like you're in a mindset of doing something new and something different, and until you take that step to do the new and different, you're just going to feel here, shut out, like you don't, like nobody gets me, nobody understands me. Yeah, because you're not vibing with your tribe. It's time to go. It's time to go. You get the Two of Pentacles coming up here, and I get that. It's even though this is uncomfortable and awful and sort of terrible feeling, it's what you know. And sometimes what do they say? The devil you know is better than the devil you don't. But you know what? You take this step out, and it may be a little awkward and a little uncomfortable, and there may be some rough spots, but you know what? You do balance it all out. You see that here. You find a way to balance it all out. You find a way to make it all happen. Yeah, and look at all the other cards you get here. You get the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands says it's time. It's time. Pages bring messages, and that's your message, is that it's time. Sorry about that. You are called to make a choice. This pages bring messages, and the message here is it's time to make a choice. It's time to take action. And it's like I was saying, it's like this weekend you're going to be, forced to decide. Now's the time to go. If you have the opportunity, go for it, because you don't fit in here anyways. So it's time to kind of find your tribe and go do your thing. All right, we're going to move on to our Scorpios. What do we have for Scorpio heading into the weekend? Scorpio. Ace of Pentacles, Scorpio. I like that for you. And the Six of Cups. Okay, that's an interesting combination. You have the universe here handing you an opportunity, because aces are opportunities, right? And the Pentacles is career, money, finance, environment, physicality, and then you have the Six of Cups, which says, hey, go have fun. So it looks like you may have an opportunity to make money, improve your finances, maybe, what's the word I'm looking for, enhance your career through something that really brings you a huge amount of joy and happiness. So keep an eye out for that opportunity this weekend, and definitely let me know what you're thinking it could be, because I'm really interested. Now, this is interesting as well. With this opportunity, you get the Seven of Pentacles. This tells me that you're going to have more than one opportunity this weekend, because the Seven of Pentacles is about being very choosy. You don't see her filling her basket full of all these flowers. You see her looking and going, well, which one is correct for me? Which one really makes sense? And that's the thing that's happening here, is I guess the way for you to determine which one is right for you is the one that is the most fun. That sounds kind of like a great thing, right? Being able to further yourself in the pentacle, career, money, finance, physical environment realm, and being able to have fun at the same time. So I'm super interested as to what comes up for you. Let's get a little information on this. Childlike fun, all that. Wow, you get the Fool. It's something new. This is a different direction than you've gone before. Not that you haven't thought of, but you haven't taken the step. And I think this weekend is the time where the opportunity presents itself. You know it's the right thing for you, and you go, you know what? I'm just going to go for it, because it's too cool to miss out on. So I really like that for you, Scorpio. I will be interested to hear what it is you have going on. How about our Sagittarians? What do we have for Sagittarius? Eight of Swords. Ignoring something. And the Wheel of Fortune. Interesting, Sagittarius. This Eight of Swords, prison of your own making. We've heard all the trite little phrases before, and then I'm going to give you another one with this Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is about your luck changing, but your luck changes because of the choices you make. You make bad choices, you have bad luck. You make good choices, you have good luck. You never hear, the harder you work, the more successful you are. kind of that thing, you know, and I use the example too, like let's say you decide to go and drink a real lot and then you, you know, drive and get in a car accident. Well, you didn't just have bad luck. You made like a series of bad choices and then bad things happened. Wherein if you make a series of really good choices, good things start to happen to you. It's a momentum kind of thing. And maybe you've been afraid to take the step, and I think that's what it is. It's saying, okay, it's kind of like now or never. Like the opportunities are before you, but it's up to you to set yourself free. You have the choice of setting yourself free this weekend, whether it's metaphorically or actually you're actually physically doing something. But either way, because this is kind of like your logical thoughts and the prison that you make when you start to like perseverate over things, that's where I'm thinking it may be time for you to kind of free your mind, in a manner of speaking, you know. And if you're old enough like me, you know the song I'm thinking of, the whole free your mind thing, right? All right, we're going to move on. You do get the Queen of Wands coming up here, and the Queen of Wands, she does whatever the heck she wants, and she does what feels good to her. But the bottom line with the Queen of Wands, and remember, you are the Queen of Wands, okay? Male or female, doesn't matter. The Queen of Wands she follows her passion, she does what she wants to do, and she doesn't really care what anybody thinks about it. And I think that is part of what will give you this result. She just doesn't care. She's not trying to hurt people. She's just kind of doing her, and she's just doing her own thing. And if you don't like it, not really important to her, because she's just in her own realm. And look at the cards you get with this. You get the Seven of Wands. You remember, you are the Wands. This is the deciding factor. Remember I talked about good choices and bad choices? Well, here you go. You have a choice right now. The people in your life who think you're nuts and don't agree with your choice, you can run down this hill, because remember, you're up on this high vibration, and these people here, the gutter people, are way low. So you can run down this hill and argue with these people and waste time, or you can go like she is, no thanks, and just go. Get out of it. Just get out of that whole realm. It's up to you. You can make a choice to go down and argue with these people and waste time and not get the opportunities that are going to be afforded to you. Or you can like live your life, do your thing, follow your purpose, find your vibration, all that kind of stuff, and not waste your time, you know, in the gutter. And what's going to happen? Opportunity and good things. So really interested to hear what you free yourself from this weekend and what opportunities present themselves. And then we'll move on to Capricorn. What we got for our Capricorns? This one's sticking right out. Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn. I love that. And I know you do too. And the Emperor. Okay. Queen of Pentacles is, first of all, you are the Pentacles, but the Queen of Pentacles, she is like the most responsible, good steward of everything she's given, whether it's financial wealth, whether it's time management. Her environment is clean, her desk is clean, her work deadlines are met, her kids are in order. This can be male or female energy. Please don't get hung up on the, you know, queen, king thing. It doesn't really matter. She is just like so responsible and so incredible. It's more of a feeling than an actual gender. So please, let's just not go there. And you also have the Emperor. So I think you have the soft side of ruling and the more stern side of ruling, but I think with the Queen, you find a way to keep it soft, but still not let any kind of nonsense happen in your realm. And it looks like this weekend you may have some very important decisions to make and some important things it looks like, to manage. And you have all of the abilities around you to do those things. Let's see, you have the Hermit. I like that for you. The Hermit is often the sign of the card that represents Virgo, another earth sign. So not a big surprise there. And the Four of Wands, very important to you, family foundation. So it looks like this weekend you are completely and totally in control. Please don't forget that. It's very important that you remember that. You may need this time away. This time away, sometimes you need a little time by yourself to sort things out, to just determine what is the best thing for you to do, what is not for you to do. And remember, the king, he doesn't, this emperor, he does not do things that are not right for him or his family. So that may be what you need. You just may have, I feel like you've got some tough decisions this weekend, but you're always going to err on the side of what's the most responsible thing to do, what's the most intelligent thing to do, and what's the safest and best thing for myself and for those around me to keep our firm foundation. So I will be interested to hear what some of those choices are, if you want to share, okay? Otherwise, you know, it's all good. Let's just move on to our Aquarians. What do we have for the Aquarians? Aquarius. Oh, Three of Cups. I love this for you, Aquarius. I think you need this in the Two of Wands. Three of Cups is about vibing with your tribe. This is about celebrating with people who totally get you and understand you. And I feel like it's been a while since that's happened. Aquarius, you have lately kind of functioned in your own realm, kind of doing your own thing. And it looks like it's time for you to tentatively and gingerly step out of that little bubble. I definitely feel like you've kind of enclosed yourself in a little bubble of like your own world. And you know what? That's okay because you're happy there. But it is time to like step out, maybe be a little bit social this weekend, maybe, you know, raise a glass. Doesn't have to be, you don't have to go out and get drunk. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like raise a glass and hey, this is, you know, this is great. Find a little bit of fellowship and a little bit of fun, you know, just enjoy yourself, just the tiniest bit. And then that Two of Wands is about making just some short-term plans. And that's what I like about this. You're not planning for the rest of your life. You're planning, for just right now. Just right now. And that's okay. You do have the Fool. So this is definitely out of your realm and out of your comfort zone. But you know what? I think it's going to be highly beneficial for you to find a way to be a little bit social and a little bit out of your shell. Also have the King of Cups. King of Cups is secure emotionally. You got the cups here and the cups here. He's emotionally secure. He's confident. He knows who he is, and he's okay with being himself within this group of people. So I think you'll be okay. I think it may feel a little, I feel nervous even just talking about it. I'm an Aquarius. Maybe that's why. So let's see how this weekend goes for everybody. I'd love to hear. And we'll move on to our Pisces. What do we have for Pisces? Heading into the weekend, Pisces. The Emperor. Wow, I love that for you. You've been through it, Pisces. And the Four of Cups. Yeah, the Emperor, guess what? The Emperor rules his kingdom. There is no more of the pushing the Pisces around. There is no more of the, manipulating the Pisces. That's off the table this weekend. And again, like here, you've got these three cups. You're happy with the three cups you have. This fourth cup is being handed to you, and you're like, yeah, thanks anyways. I'm all set. I'm busy ruling my kingdom here. Your cup of drama or whatever, I'm just over it. Bored with it. Don't care. Super over it. And you have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is you're doing your own successful thing. And like I said, you're kind of feeling yourself this weekend. And the last thing you want is input from a bunch of people with drama and nonsense. It's like you are on a path to success, and you really don't want any input from anybody who can't help you foster that path. And then Queen of Pentacles, most responsible card in the whole deck. Like I said, you're on a path to success. You can't be bothered with everybody's drama. She is, the Queen of Pentacles is the most responsible with her time, with her resources. Her deadlines at work are completed and met as they're supposed to be. She is just a representative of having her shit together. And that's the thing. That's the path you're on. You're in control of what you have going on. And really, this weekend, people try to hand you their drama, and you're like, thanks anyways. So I would love to hear about all that. I really appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you soon.